Naoya Inoue versus Marlon Tapales, the post-fight recap. What did we think of this fight? It was actually a very good fight, man. I really enjoyed it, right? We knew that Marlon Tapales was going to give everything that he had. He was going to put everything and leave everything inside of the ring. He's tough, right? He's lost fights before, so he's been through adversity. He knows how to get back up when he has fallen and do his best to win that fight. Mentally strong, mentally resilient. And when the fight started, we knew, right, even looking and breaking down the fight, it was going to be an uphill battle because of all of the things, the complete package of Inoue and what he can do inside of the ring. So early on, I thought his game plan was pretty good, man, right? He, in a way, wanted him to come out aggressive because that's when he would take advantage of him. But I thought he was patient, right? I thought he took the shots that were given to him. I did think he stuck in the pocket a little bit longer than he needed to. But for the most part, man, he was actually fighting a good fight. He was patient and just taking what was given to him. And I have to say, on the Inoue side, apart from the fight with Nonito Donaire, we haven't really seen him get touched up too many times in the past 5 years. He's usually dominating the fight. He's usually very defensively sound and not really getting hit. But he's got a good chin because Tapales hit him with some clean flush shots that landed cleanly, right? And Inoue just ate it, walked forward, and got right back into him and his groove. So, Inoue got touched up a little bit. It wasn't a whole lot, but when Tapales hit him, man, he felt it, but it didn't discourage him. It didn't deter him. And he has to get credit for the chin that he does have because normally, Inoue makes very good adjustments. But before we get on Inoue and his fight, man, let's touch little bit more on Tapales. He was able to have success, right, in different spurts. When he was on the inside, going to the body a little bit, he did do some good work going to the body and looping in some shots. That's when he was having his success, right? He just wasn't punching enough. And I think he wasn't punching enough because he knew, man, if I make a mistake, like he's going to make me pay, right? If I make a mistake, he's going to counter me. Or if I go in too aggressively, I'm going to get clipped in some form. So he really had to pick his spots. There were moments when he did turn on the aggression and it worked for him. But there are moments when he turned on the aggression and he got touched up and it worked against him. And so you are forced, if you're Tapales, to think about, man, what is the best strategy for me to win this fight? And you could say there's a right strategy and a wrong strategy, but really it's just about making the right adjustments at the right time. Now, when we go to Inoue, man, the one thing you have to respect about him, man, is the fact how he continues to perform under the lights, under these moments, in these high pressure situations. He consistently continues to get it done. Not everybody can do that consistently. Not everybody can perform on the night consistently when your back is against the wall, when your title is on the line, when you're moving up another division. Like, it just goes to show the level of maturity and belief and confidence and just character of him. Like, the moment's never going to be too big for him. And he's got so much experience over the years that it often just looks like another fight to him. Like, he doesn't know that, hey, I'm moving up another division and taking somebody else's belt or fighting to be undisputed. He became undisputed in a full year. And sometimes it takes people, 4 years to become undisputed. And he was able to do it in a full year. So he likes that challenge. Now, some of the stuff that he was doing inside of the ring, man, he made some fantastic adjustments. And they're always subtle with Inoue, right? One of the things that Tapales was trying to do, he was trying to keep his foot on the outside. He was trying to get it there. But Inoue knew what he was trying to do, and he would make sure that his foot was on the outside. And so no way could Tapales take advantage of the footwork, take a different angle, because Inoue was a step ahead and he could see what Tapales was trying to do. The other thing that really stuck out to me as well, too, is Inoue, he knew he was going to get his moments, right? He knew he was going to have the opportunities to do what he does, but it's how he does it, right? He didn't rush anything. Right? He took his time. He consistently went to the body. he knew Tapales had a good chin, so he said, you know what, let me just break this guy down a little bit different. Some of the stuff that he was doing, man, switching from southpaw to orthodox. I remember, I forgot what round it was, but he hit Tapales with the left hand, looping left hand, then came through with the left hand uppercut. And I was just like, wait a minute, from the southpaw stance, like how you that's just what he can do. Like he's a master of his craft. Like when someone we know he's the complete package, and every single time he fights, we just continue to see it. When he did get the knockdown the first time, man, I mean, how did it happen? It was Tapales made a mistake, and Inoue came through with a barrage of shots. And if that round had like 30 more seconds rather than 10, 15 more seconds, there's a good chance that Tapales, it would have been over for him. The power of Inoue and some of the stuff that he was doing, and the power and the torque that he was able to generate from short range and close distance, like not a lot of people can do that. That's just that natural God-given power. And some of the shots that Tapales took from the body, I was surprised that he did not go down once those shots connected. So it goes to show the level of toughness and mental fortitude of Tapales, because some of the shots that Inoue was ripping to the body and ripping to the head, man, that would have taken other people out just on one touch alone. One of the switches that I really like that Inoue does, man, was at the beginning, he was kind of just, shooting the left hand and coming through the right, not really punching in combinations for him. But then after the fourth round, he started to switch things up. He would be looping shots in. He would be jumping and trying to hit from different angles, right? And so he was able to double up on the jab. And sometimes it would be a straight jab, then a looping right hand around the middle. So he was finding different ways how to get the target, how to hit Tapales. And even some of the shots that he was hitting, like some of the power shots, he was hitting Tapales, and Tapales was blocking some of them, but the force and the torque and the momentum, it still hurt him, right? He blocked some of it, but some of the shots still landed. Even if it didn't hit 100%, that 60, 70% of Inoue's force and power was still enough to touch Tapales and break him down round to round. When he started to slow down and tire out a little bit, that's when Inoue just said, man, now I can sit down on these punches a little bit more. He's right where I need him to be. Tapales had good moments, and he had some nice, clean, eye-catching shots, and he fought with everything that he had. But every time that he hit Inoue with one clean flush shot that popped his head back, he made the adjustment, and Tapales didn't gain any more momentum for that. Inoue kept the distance, kept coming forward, but was a little bit more defensively aware and did what he needed to do to recontrol the fight. And then, when he closed out the show, man, that shot was half blocked. It was a half block shot that came through, but it hurt a lot more and did a lot more damage because of what he was doing from round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. It's an accumulation of shots that eventually Tapales could not take anymore. It was an accumulation of shots that Tapales could not handle anymore. And that is the type of thing when you're fighting Inoue, man, is he is always composed. He has all of the shots. He has all of the skills and the tools and the angles and the abilities and stuff that he needs to make him physically a weapon that he is. But he has the IQ and the experience enough from all of those championship fights and all of the top guys that he's faced. He has that experience to know, I'm going to have my moment. I don't need to overextend myself. When the moment comes, I'm going to seize it. But it's okay if I take the long game. A lot of people were thinking that Tapales was going to be down in the first round, and I didn't believe that. I thought it was going to happen between round 7 and round 11. That's when I thought Inoue was really going to impose his will, because Tapales is a lot tougher and a lot more skilled than people think. But all in all, man, it's what Inoue has been able to do in the recent years, man, and moving up and taking titles and fighting the best guys and top guys in the division. You have to respect that. Like, he's a special talent. There's a lot of special talents in the sport of boxing today, but he's up there with, the top 3 guys. And we are thinking that obviously a lot of people want him to move up to the next division and tackle it there. But I read an article that says he wants to stay there. There's still some pretty good competitive fights in the division for him. Will he move up? We'll see, right? There's been talks about, if Robeisy would have beat Espinoza, maybe that's a fight there. Espinoza, that brings a different physical fight. It's a different fight for Inoue because then he has to figure things out from a guy who is much taller than him with the reach. It would make things interesting. So we're not sure what he is going to do next, man. But one thing that we do know is for certain is he is a problem. And it's hard not to think what he's been able to do and who he has fought that he is not fighter of the year. I think it's between him and Terrence Bud Crawford, just because of the pedigree and what they've been able to do and who they have fought. But again, another great performance from Inoue. He is who he says he is. And I think he is now getting that notoriety and being in the limelight for people to see like, man, this guy is the real deal, because he absolutely is. I just think he continues to get better and better and better. And any fighter can be beaten on any given day. It's a sport of boxing. It's elite sport. No one is out of reach. Anyone can be beaten on the night. But if he continues to look like this and continues to improve and to get better in the discipline and the focus, man, he is a tough guy to be beaten right now. What were your thoughts on this fight? Let me know in the comment section below. Who would you like to see Inoue fight next? What did you think of Tapales' performance? Let me know in the comment section